Welcome to our fall edition of A Walk in the Park. I'm Fiona Dixon. We've got a full packed episode today. There's a lot happening in Parks and Recreation during this beautiful season. Up first, we're going to get a redevelopment update on what's happening at Riverfront Park. With me today is Garrett Jones, Director of Parks and Recreation, to fill us in on the latest. Garrett, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we are standing in, I think, what's going to be one of the coolest parts of Riverfront Park. Tell us a little bit about Providence Playscape.
Well, Providence Playscape is going to be the first of its kind in this region, and it's an all-inclusive playground. So what does that mean? It's for all abilities, all ages, for everyone to enjoy, and so we don't have kiddos or adults being left out.
Well, this project wasn't part of one of the 5 bond projects. It was made possible through a really generous donation as part of the campaign for Riverfront Spokane with the Spokane Parks Foundation. So tell us about how this kind of came to be.
Super cool, special project. Like you said, it wasn't a part of the original 5 bond projects, but it was identified as a need. So during the master plan process, over $100 million worth of improvements were identified, but through our $64.3 million bond, we had other needs. So partnering with the Parks Foundation, we went out into the community to see what kind of a community investment we could get back, and Providence stepped up to the plate. So an over a $1 million playground that really hits their mission, hits our mission as far as being able to have all children play together, all adults be together, right in the heart of downtown.
That community benefit grant is incredible. And really, Shane's Inspiration is a group that helped us create this playground. They specialize in this type of thing.
Across the world. So we're pretty fortunate to have one of their playgrounds here in Spokane. They haven't been to Spokane before, and they have the expertise, like I said, across the world, multiple playgrounds, working with stakeholders and families to really fit the needs of everyone.
That's right. And this playground is slated to open in the fall. There have been a couple of COVID-related impacts in terms of manufacturing supplies, but we'll keep the community updated on an opening date this fall. Now there's a second bond-funded playground that's also being built simultaneously. So Riverfront Park's going from having really no playgrounds to 2 playgrounds. And this is an Ice Age floods theme. Tell us about the North Bank.
So the North Bank is really starting to transform now. We see a lot of action really starting to take shape. This is going to be the biggest transformation with our partners that we have in all the redevelopment project in downtown. Not only do we have the Destination Playground themed after the Ice Age great floods, but we have the Hooptown USA outdoor basketball court that's going to be the biggest basketball court in this region. We have a skate and wheels park. We have the Jess Ross Kelly performance boulder that kids and adults can climb on. We've partnered with the Parks Foundation in renovating one of our shelters, and additional parking, lighting. It's really going to take a shape and bring a lot of excitement for everyone to enjoy.
You're right, and you went through that list. I mean, it's incredible what we're fitting into what used to be kind of an old dirt parking lot.
Again, it was like the back door of Riverfront Park. Nobody knew it was the Parks Department, no kind of formal entrance into the park, not inviting whatsoever. And now we have this great connection with the podium and the Sportsplex above the bluff, a nice ADA pathway that's lit down into the park. So we'll have visitors all across the country come up and see what the park has, and we really are going to love that partnership in the future.
That's right. And speaking of partnerships, we just talked about the Providence Playscape, and you mentioned, North Bank is made even better with some private-public partnerships.
Yeah, so right off the bat, the state of Washington, we applied for an RCO grant, and for the playground, $500,000. So that made really that playground grow and be able to grow on those amenities. And then the Jess Ross Kelly Foundation and providing a performance boulder and really celebrating the life of one of the best regional climbers that we've ever seen in Jess Ross Kelly. And then Hooptown USA and that signature basketball court. So it's really bringing these traditional park amenities that we see in our neighborhoods and expanding on that in a larger scale and then bringing it downtown.
That's right, all made possible through those partnerships. Yeah, that's exciting. And the skate park, several years ago when we decommissioned the Under the Freeway skate park, we promised the community replacement, and that's happening now right downtown.
It is, and there was always concern when we said we'll find a replacement that we would stick a skate park in a back corner somewhere, wouldn't really celebrate that, but now it's really a part of the whole master plan of the North Bank, over 8,000 square feet. It's lit, it's accessible, really unique features. One of the features is actually saved from underneath the freeway skate park. So we just appreciate all the patience that the skating community had. It took a long time, but we're excited to finally see it come to life.
It did. And Riverfront Park in general has, the community's been so patient in the construction and moving around it, and it's exciting as new projects come on life. What does 2021 look like?
Well, 2021 is really kind of the unveiling of the entire redevelopment project. And again, we just thank the citizens for being so patient with detours and construction. And 2020 was an odd year, but we're super excited to really showcase this park and all our parks in 2021, because it's going to be a fabulous year to have all these citizens come down and enjoy now 2 playgrounds, the pavilion, the carousel, the skate ribbon, and to see that full master plan take shape without the construction is pretty special.
That's right. During these COVID and challenging times, I think we've seen our parks really get used maybe more than ever, and so Riverfront Park's another example of that great amenity to have.
It is. It's been a very positive light and some negative things in 2020.
That's right. Well, Garrett, thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, thank you.
For more information on Riverfront Park redevelopment, visit riverfrontparknow.com.
Historic places matter. These places represent the interconnected network between who we are and where we came from.
This place matters!
Historic places matter, so we don't forget those people who are important to us.
This place matters!
Historic places matter because preceding generations left us a message that we can all learn from if we just take the time to listen.
This place matters!
These places matter because someone took the time to do their level best to create a space for folks like you to enjoy for generations to come. You are that generation.
This place matters!
This message brought to you by the Washington Trust for Historic Preservation, the Main Street Program, and the Department of Archaeology and Historic Preservation.
This place matters to all of us.
Together we can change the news. Find out how at safekids.org.
Hi everybody, my name's Nick Hammond, the landscape architect with Spokane Parks and Recreation, here today in Manitou Park once again. This time on the east side of the park, showing you a little bit about our 2019-2020 irrigation renovation project. We were successfully completed our project earlier this summer, and we're growing in and we're standing on one of the big rocky outcrops within the park that used to be covered entirely with turf. And as you can see behind me to my right, there's now some new wildflowers growing and some new pathways, gravel pathways for folks to use, and some dryland grasses. And we're really excited about this project because we've taken about 3 acres or so of what was just all turf, and we've peeled it back to the cool rocky outcrops that were there and planted it with native grasses and wildflowers that allow us to really showcase in a new way, probably what might have been growing here before we ever developed the park in the first place. So give you a new natural component of the park to walk through and be in. In addition to the rocky outcrop sort of meadow landscapes that we're constructing, we also completely renovated the irrigation from old, antiquated, hand-operated big rotors that were launching water everywhere to new, highly automated, efficient irrigation along Grand. That's from all the way from the north end to the south end of the park, so we're no longer spraying water on your car as you drive by. And we've planted a lot of those areas with Spokanescape plantings. If you're not familiar with Spokanescape, it's a new brochure and movement that we have within the city to plant native trees, shrubs, grasses, and landscape instead of just turf in your lawn. So we've got a great example of what that can look like in your yard now here in Manitou Park. And you can see it driving by or walking through. In addition to our Spokanescape plantings and this new meadow, our highly efficient irrigation should save 30% of the water that we would normally have used to irrigate this section of the park. And one of the really cool things is you can come here and use this section of the park during the day now, and we won't need to be watering while you're here. So it'll be open for use without us having to be launching water where you want to be. So that's a pretty cool amenity upgrade, I think, for most of our citizens as a part of the project. Also of note in this area is you probably noticed the black fencing, about waist high, that's been in for months now at this portion of the park, and that was really to protect our new seed that we were planting and give it a chance to grow healthy before we opened up to the public. Well, that's coming down, and by the time you see this video, it may already be down, so we welcome you to come enjoy this section of the park, walk the pathways, and give us feedback on what you think. Another item of note, two items of note actually in Manitou Park. One is if you're familiar with our Manitou Mirror Pond project that we've been working on for about the last year, while the major work is done, we're still working through some of the initial operations and sort of maintenance procedures that we are developing to keep the pond healthy and keep it clean. And I look forward to a year in 2021 of even cleaner water within that pond. While we're talking ponds here in Manitou, we have another project coming your way within the Nishinomiya Japanese Garden Pond, and that is a project to install new pumps, state-of-the-art filtration system, and jets to keep that pond clear and keep it cool and in great shape for the koi that are living in it, while significantly reducing the amount of water we use within that pond. So a really cool environmentally sound project that will improve our water quality there as well. That'll start this fall, and that'll continue into about May of 2021. So by the time we open that garden back up for your use, it should be done and ready to go. So come on up to Manitou to our newly opened, renovated landscape areas. Enjoy it this fall, enjoy it in the winter. Come back and see us in the spring when the wildflowers are in bloom. We look forward to hearing your comments all the way through.
Hello, I'm Ryan Griffith, Assistant Recreation Director for the City of Spokane Parks and Recreation Department. And even though COVID-19 has limited some of our program offerings, we have a lot of great fall activities coming up for you over the next few months. Our therapeutic recreation program has some great hikes coming up first part of November. They'll be hiking on the Fish Lake Trail. Come out and check that out. It's going to be a great fall activity. Up at the Corbin Arts Center, we have some great kids, fun and festive holiday activities, from decorating ornaments to other festive holiday decorations to give as gifts or to decorate the house. It's going to be a great activity for your kiddos this fall. Also up at Corbin Arts Center, we have Harry's Holiday Lab, filled with spellbinding treats, goodies, and lots of other great holiday activities. Now, our COVID-19 protocols are in line with the Spokane Regional Health District and the governor's mandates for offering in-person activities. We have decreased capacity, mask wearing, physical distancing, and frequent sanitation are just a few measures in place. We recognize that there's a variety of comfort levels when it comes to in-person activities, so we're not only offering in-person activities, but virtual programs as well. Our Wellness and Enrichment program has virtual online yoga classes taught by Robin Marks. She's been a longtime yoga instructor and is just fantastic to work with, and her online virtual yoga classes are just as great. Our virtual crime scene investigation lab is new this year, and it is taught online for your kids after school or in the evening. Check it out, there's a lot of great labs, and it's just an exciting way to get your kids engaged during this virtual learning opportunity. We've partnered with Mobius Science Center to offer virtual programs as well, from coding to frog dissection, solar system, and structural science. Mobius also has their DIY kits that you can purchase online for your kids. There's fantastic contraptions, igloos, space science, and more, and even owl pellet dissection. Registration is open now through the end of the year. You can register online at SpokaneRec.org and visit us at SpokaneParks.org for our online activity guide. Our outdoor recreation program has some fall hikes coming up. We've partnered with the Inland Northwest Land Conservancy to take you out to some really special outdoor recreation places, including Waikiki Springs, Mica Peak, and our hike from Rimrock to Riverside. We're going to highlight these special recreation areas and the great opportunities they have for you to get outdoors. Make sure to look for our winter recreation opportunities coming out soon, and check out SpokaneRec.org to register for all of our great fall activities.
Well, as you can see, there's a lot happening this fall, and we hope you'll take this time to enjoy our beautiful parks and participate in some recreation programs before we head into winter. Thank you for joining us. For more, you can always visit SpokaneParks.org. We'll see you next time.